So, hey guys, Chowser here. So yeah, you know it's a content drought when I make a Pirate Rumble video, but yeah, it's good timing anyway, it's finals and I really managed to catch up to a bit of the meta. Like, I know that on JP they were talking about how quick is so good and everything, but I must say, even while having most of the best quick units, I'm not as impressed as quick that I should be, I feel, but it's probably I think a large part of that is the fact that my knowledge, which is due to lack of interest, my knowledge is so low in PvP that I just skip stuff like counterpicking teams you see. Like, I honestly not sure what I'd change for teams. I just make sure that the teams I use have some inherent synergy and logic to it, but yeah, that's where my yeah, ability kind of stops. And yeah, like I figure out what my teams work against, what they're reliable against and reliable against, and that's kind of where it stops. And yeah, we're going to watch a few videos against the probably most common defense team, at least in the top 100. And it's the int driven focused team. Like, it's a driven team, but it's mostly int units. And it makes sense since this season int and driven are boosted a lot. And yeah, the two real annoying units on this team are, it's the combination of Mori and Capone crew. Like, if the team lacks one of them, usually it lack Capone crew then no matter what team I use, it's not that bad. But once you add that combo to the mix, it's RNG. Like, I win with this team, but I've lost with this team too. This is the only time I'll use this particular team. I used it quite a bit in the beginning of the finals, but I was pretty unimpressed. I've mostly been using this team I'm using now, where I added Stassi too. Like, I felt like, how to put it, like, the other team had like nukes in the back, but I felt like most of the time when I got to the nukes, the enemy wasn't weakened enough to get nuked. So it made more sense to have a team that has synergy for longer, and it does that by having more quick units, good units, and then there's just one non-quick nuke in Soba, and Soba is just too good as final unit since, like, he lose, like, unless we're getting trash, he'll come in like less than 30 seconds left, and yeah, he's just so dangerous at that time. But yeah, we're facing a very similar team here. I'm just showing the difference, and sadly against this particular int-driven focus team, the difference is pretty minimal. I don't feel like it matters much. Like, this team might be a little bit more consistent, but in general, I'm avoiding this matchup. That's my main issue this season. I feel like there's so many matchups I avoid. I don't have a recording of a side team here, but any side team with Shirahoshi that looks good, insta skip for me. I can't take that team. Like, if Shirahoshi gets off her special once, it's over. I can't win. That's too much RNG. Like, yeah, I've done battles and I say my win rate is over 50%. Most of the time Shirahoshi will die, but if she doesn't, we're fucked. That's just how it is. So yeah, there's not that many super great. Like, of course, strength is super easy, but there's hardly any strength teams. We do have Roden, but funnily, I feel like Roden is kind of weird. Like, we will almost always win, but it's not a guaranteed win either, so it's pretty weird. It feels weird talking about Rumble because I hope I don't sound knowledgeable, because I'm most definitely not. The main reason I'm playing Rumble semi-seriously is the fact that on Global at least, we can actually make a game profit in the finals. I should probably not talk that much about that because I'd like it to remain like it is now. Like, I feel like the current Rumble season has become more competitive than past months, which annoys me a bit, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're doing another int-driven team here, but this is a super legit one. It even has V3 Blackbeard. So yeah, I was expecting to lose this one, and I ended up doing that. So I just felt like I just did this. I could record it to show how it looks, but yeah, this is probably among the best teams you can run this finals week. But yeah, it's a super hard team to build. Like Moria with your Blackbeard super recent, and Capone crew like. Many did skip Hisugo and it makes sense. I did a few multis there, but no luck. I'll hopefully get him on the Tokisugo. But yeah, as said, like on Global we can actually get top 500 in finals and get a game profit, so as long as we can do that, I'll do it. I'll probably make a video the coming weeks. People have been asking how I spend my Rumble points and such, Rumble tickets rather. So yeah, I'll showcase that and talk a bit about that in a different video. But yeah, that's mainly the reason I'm playing. I want more Rumble tickets. Like, as long as I can get them and still make a game profit, like it's fine to me. And yeah, as you see, I'm really struggling here. Like, other than this, I still kind of like this team. I feel like the main issue with Quick for me is that there's no super good 4th legend to use. Like, I'm using V3 Kusan on this team, and he's not bad. He's just kind of bland. He's not that overpowered like the other 3 legends are on this team. Like, sometimes I wonder if it's even better to maybe use V1 Duffy to get some more defense. But yeah, I might experiment some more with that. But yeah, I got absolutely trashed. I can't remember the last time I lost that badly, really. And yeah, I'm facing one of my Discord friends here, Jin. And the main reason I'm showing this is just to showcase like how much the optimal quotation marks Quick team destroys non-meta teams. And yeah, I thought I'd take this team as a reason to show why I'm not a huge fan of Rumble. Like, this is a bit contradictory because I've just talked about how I'm not counterpicking because I'm not knowledgeable enough. And now I'm going to talk about how I dislike Rumble because non-meta teams get just demolished by the meta. But I still feel like it has some logic to it because I feel like the good part is that it feels like the meta changes very slowly, but what is meta is just too good. At least there's a lot of different colors now, like for this finals, for example, like it's pretty obvious that Quick, Psy, and Driven with int focus are all very viable. So that's a step up from before. But like anything not that is pretty doomed, really. Like on these sets we do have a Dex. We'll have a Dex team coming up after this. Yeah, we trashed this team. But yeah, other than that, there's like nothing else you can use. The main reason Dex is good is because it's still pretty good against Quick, especially non-optimized Quick. And I'm like, yeah, this is the only non-Quick team I use. And I'm still like playing around with it. I've had Ace on the bench for late game. Now I'm trying him a bit from the start. I'm not really seeing any difference. I've tried different sub. Now I'm trying Shiryu since at least does damage to like everything. Pretty consistent. But yeah, I usually win against decks with this. Sometimes they can get pretty lucky. My main issue with this team is probably Whitebeard. Like, if you can get this special early, it's very good, but I feel like it's too much RNG, and most of the time he will attack before he uses his special, and then he doesn't attack until all other units use their special. This match is a pretty good example of that. So I might replace Whitebeard long term. I feel like he doesn't contribute enough most of the time. Otherwise, I really like the idea of like the first legend still being viable in something. So that's cool, but yeah, sadly he usually disappoints me in Rumble. But yeah, I can definitely recommend, like, many feel like Rodan is dead, but Rodan with versus Ace, strength focused team, especially if they have the strength Rumble rare recruits, they really do a good job against decks, and I see no reason to use like quick against decks. Maybe Sai, but like I don't have the Rebecca and such, I'm not really bothered with Sai at all, really. And yeah, this ended up being a bit closer than expected, like even against ranked decks is just so bulky, it's silly. But yeah, I think I've said what I want to say here. Some rare Rumble content, and even rarer that I commentate Rumble. I usually try to avoid that because yeah, I don't feel like I need to showcase my lack of understanding of the meta and such. So. But yeah, don't expect another Rumble with soon at least. I'll probably upload a new Kid Force team tomorrow. It's been a while. I try to make one per month. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.